Grade 7s, this is Math 7 8.4, Constructing Angle Bisector. All right, so here I've drawn an angle. It's angle ABC. So this means angle, it's a symbol. It's kind of like an L, but the top is tilted over. Makes it an acute angle. ABC, which means A to B to C. This is not angle ABC and you choose any random order. It's not here, here, here. It's from A to B to C. So that's the order. The one in the middle would be where the two other ones would meet. So this is segment AB and BC, where they meet would be angle ABC, and we're talking about this angle right here. So what an angle bisector is it would be a line segment that would split a line, or sorry, an angle in half. Okay, so angle bisector is like a perpendicular bisector, except that it's not splitting the line in half, it's splitting the angle in half so that it'll be the same amount of degrees on either side. Splits an angle in half. Okay, splits an angle in half, and just to specify, 2 equal degrees. Now, I don't have my protractor, which is that round thing that you can measure angles. But this here, I believe, is about 30 degrees just by looking at it, maybe 40. So if this here was 30 degrees, what we're wanting to do is split this so that it would be two different angles. We'd be drawing a line through here that would split these in exactly 2 equal amounts, and half of 30 is 15. So it would be a 15-degree angle and a 15-degree angle drawn by a new line in here. So I'm going to show you how to do this right now. We're going to use our compass. Okay. What you need to do is set your compass, and you're simply going to put the point on the center of the angle, and you're just going to draw a circle. Oh, I slipped. Let's try this again. There we go. Now, important, keep this the same size. Do not move it. Now, where this circle intersects these line segments, we are then going to draw 2 more circles on those centers. So D and E, I've labeled them. We're going to draw 2 more circles. So let's draw a circle here. And we're going to lift it and put it on E. Now notice both of these circles better go through B. Why? Because both of those are the same radius. These circles should have the same radius. Okay? You're going to notice something here. These circles that had center D and E, they met up right here, did they not? Yes, they did. And if you then line up this point, which I'm going to call F, which is our focus, I'm calling it that just because that's what we're focusing on. If you connect this original center of the angle to this point here, draw a line through. This line we've drawn here that is BF, this line BF is an angle bisector of angle ABC. Or I should say is the angle bisector. Because what's interesting is even if we were talking like this big, huge, obtuse angle from ABC, the outside of it, it would actually also separate it so that this angle here was equal to this angle here. It's actually the angle bisector. So then looking here, this amount here and this amount here would be the same. And you use arcs. You can do 1 and 1. Any that have 1, these would be the same angle. Or you could do it where there's 2 arcs, that would say this one and this one are the same. Let me just draw that a little better. Okay, so anywhere that it has 2, those would be the same, and then like this one here and this one here would be the same. Don't start them at the same point on the line, so make sure that there's always that little extra space so that it's not combined. There are some other ways to do this that aren't as precise. You're not going to be as accurate. I should say precise to splitting that. But they do work to an extent, and I'll just show you one of those right now. So I've got this angle here. One way you can do this is take your ruler and just measure the same length out. So 0, let's go to 8 centimeters, okay? And put a dot. You're gonna measure out 8 again and put a dot. What's interesting is if I could like fix this point here and just rotate it around, this would be kind of like my radius of a circle that I could draw through here, okay? And then I'm going to draw 2 perpendicular lines, one coming from this point, one coming from this point. And you know, there's a lot of ways to do that we've learned, but we're pretending we don't have this. One way you could do it is just find something that has a square edge, perhaps the edge of a ruler or a book, and you're just going to line it up. Sorry, I'm just going to adjust this so you can see. And I've taken my ruler and I've lined up one end of it with that dot, and I'm drawing a line which is perpendicular. And then I'm going to draw another line coming from here. I'm going to line up my ruler and draw another line coming through. And you know what? This point right here where these 2 perpendicular lines of those segments connect, if I draw a line through it from this corner where we started, it will also make, you could use 3 of them if you wanted. Start with 1, then go to 2, and then 3 in your shapes. But these would be equal angle. This isn't as precise because there is room for error, that maybe I have my ruler a little bit off one way or the other. So it's important to learn this first method I showed, because it's going to be a lot more precise or accurate. I'm still debating which word is the proper one in this case.